Hey, I'm Julie Lyonn Lieberman. Thanks for joining me. Let's talk a little bit about what I refer to as the Legato Vibrato syndrome. Every style of music is wedded to the culture that it comes from. The classic music of each region is heavily linked to either the spiritual side of that culture or the party side, if you will, the dances of that culture, or both. And so the classic music of Western Europe, if we look at the dance style, we see a lot of emphasis on the downbeat. So we really have a backdrop of march music or waltz for that style of music. Now, you take all the years of training and practicing a certain body of repertoire, and you embed that into your left and right hand technique, and what you end up with are habits rather than choices as you expand out into other styles. So what I recommend to you is a few steps you can take: wonderful ear training and wonderful training to not allow your motor cortex to go on autopilot. It is its job, but as artists we want to be able to rise above those habits and be able to make choices, artistic choices as we play. This is a wonderful opportunity for you to do that by listening very carefully to whatever style it is that you are integrating into your repertoire and into your technique, and listening for where the emphasis is placed within the phrase, and studying what kind of vibrato, and some cultures don't use any vibrato, is utilized. Is it slow and wide? Is it very, very fast and tight? What ingredients, since we have width, speed, and pressure as our training points for vibrato, how is that culture taking those ingredients and combining them together into a different kind of pastry, if you will? So wonderful ear training, wonderful training for touch. It will give you so many more choices when you're playing. And ultimately, after you go through that process, if you decide that you want to use classical vibrato when you're playing Irish music, or when you're playing Greek music, or when you're playing jazz, that is your right and your choice. I mean, obviously Stefan Grappelli was not held back in his career by using a very classical vibrato in his playing. Regina Carter uses a classical vibrato. So it is certainly an option for you. But what I'm advocating is to give yourself this wonderful opportunity to experience other types of touch. And we're going to get into the specifics of how you might approach this in our next clip on what I call as a Julieism, vertical technique.